Alright, so it's been 2 weeks since launch. Where's that Remnant 2 video? It's right here.
They don't like it when I help you.
I look like I give a fuck?
Fetch me their souls!
What you just witnessed was a small sample of my first 2 weeks of playtime. I call this playstyle Meatball Medic. Alright, so what do I mean by Meatball Medic? What I mean is you're essentially playing the caretaker of 2 malicious malignant meatballs. And how do we do that? Well, we use the best archetype in the game, of course, Medic. Medic alone is a whole nother topic I could spend hours talking about. But today, we're here to talk about these 2 creatures. And Summoner as a whole, but we'll talk about that later. Also, most of this video was recorded on Nightmare, but I will touch on Apocalypse at the end of the video. So what does Meatball Medic entail? Well, if you've tried out the combination of Medic and Summoner, you probably already have an idea of how it works. But for everyone else, the general concept is this. Pick Medic as your prime archetype, equip Healing Shot, summon your balls, let them get hurt, shoot them with Healing Shot, deal damage to build up more Healing Shot charges. Repeat from step 5. This is the idea in its most basic form. Heal minions, acquire relics. Obviously, as you play and acquire more gear, your flowchart will evolve and expand. As soon as you have your second medic perk, using a relic will heal your summons for 30% of their total value, jumping to 60% later on if they're on low life. Healing Shield is basically an uber charge for you and your summons. Did I mention it also heals them 30% of their max HP over its duration? Then there are relics like Ruined Heart that give you mod and health gen, or Pulsing Heart that provides AoE heals. And this isn't even including rings like Burden of the Divine that return 50% of your self-healing to allies, including your meatballs. Psst, that ring is insane, and makes your passive health regen apply to them too, which is also being boosted by Triage. All of this healing builds up your free relic bar, which in turn feeds even more healing back towards your summons. Early on in your run, this is really powerful. Medic is already super strong. Adding in free healing targets pretty much guarantees you'll never run out of relic charges. In the late game, it honestly feels like you can't run out. Try as you might, that green bar will be filled up seconds after popping one. So what can we do with all this healing? Well, we can do a lot actually, thanks for asking. But to spare you the lecture, I'll only talk about a few things, and totally not because I don't have everything yet. Unlimited relics essentially means the uptime for on-relic use trinkets like Honk of Power is permanent. I don't know about you, but a constant 30% total damage boost sounds pretty good to me. Or how about Blessed Ring giving you 2 stacks of Bulwark? Speaking of constant uptime, your relic perk from Summoner is also essentially infinite, and although the healing they receive from the buff doesn't contribute towards the green bar, be honest, you don't need it, they still receive their damage buff and a huge 15% crit chance boost. Minion crit hits are a thing of beauty. Having your meatballs always up means you can get good value from Soul Guard, which then means infinite uptime from Insulation Driver. There are so many different possible setups as a Meatball Medic. Now, as good as this all sounds, being a Meatball Medic can't solve every problem, mainly being their range, or lack thereof. Both of their options have a form of range attack, and in boss fights where the target is floating, your rolling menaces won't be of any help, at least with a Meatball Medic mindset. Sure, you can sacrifice them, they do have the shortest cooldown of the 3 summons, but at that point you might as well just run Flyers, or the big boy. It's alright, I won't shame you if you swap off. Lord knows I did a few times. Even some grounded fights are poor matchups for the meatballs. Some bosses just move way too much. Even when just exploring, they can be a little stupid. But despite their flaws, they are still really good. Even when they are getting in the way, blocking our shots, or getting distracted by some pig walking down the street, they are your heart and soul. Alright, now that we're past the smorgasbord of the Meatball Medic, let's talk about the rest of Medic Summoner. Starting off with playing the reverse, Summoner Medic. While I did play my whole campaign as Medic Summoner, I wish I tried Summoner Medic during it. The boost your minions get after being shot by you is nuts. Have you ever seen a Reaver's exploding arm blade crit? There you go. This is definitely the speedier option of the two combos, as you trade your huge boost in damage at the cost of unlimited healing. While I am loyal to the Root Hollows, I do appreciate what the others bring to the table. Flyers provide ranged volleys, and the Reaver is a devastating but slow tank summon. One thing I rarely utilized was the sacrifice mechanic. Don't get me wrong, the bonus to ranged, melee, and lifesteal are all great. I just felt really safe with Medic. I never felt the need to lifesteal, and I preferred the mod damage bonus they gave me while active. Medic's all damage bonus works exceptionally well in this regard, equating to a 60% mod damage bonus from both archetypes alone. Realistically, if you're paying attention to your summon's health, they'll never die. But there are some situations where you should sacrifice your minions to reduce their downtime. In this fight against the Custodian's Eye, every time I got to this attack, my flyers would always die. I learned from this and sacrificed them to get them back sooner, while using some of the time to deal damage to the boss with my bonus gun damage. Figuring this out made me realize I could have been way more efficient with my summons the entire campaign, and I love that. I love discovering more efficient ways of playing games like this. You can always improve, even if you are a Meatball Medic. Now to answer the question, how do summons perform on Apocalypse difficulty? I think they're in a pretty good spot now. The last two patches have both had buffs to the health of summons. Even before then, I always maxed out Rugged. But now that their health is based on the difficulty you play on, I think they're a lot more durable. Hey, thanks for watching. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but I wanted to get a video out for 2 since I was tired of having nothing out. Let me know what you want to see next. I've got plenty of ideas, but I also want to hear what you all think. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.